So, Mick McCarthy, with all these draws, you're never going to get what you hope for, but it could have been a lot worse, I'd say.
Well, I don't know if you were in there or you saw it when, they're all going on from the pot that we're in, pot C. I think all of us who hadn't been drawn thought we were going to get with Holland and Germany, and there was a sigh of relief. Not from me, I laughed. I just thought it was going to be. I thought it was a certain. I'm thinking back when we qualified for the World Cup, we had Portugal and Holland. Everybody wrote us off for that, and we didn't lose against any of them, and we ended up qualifying. So, whichever group we were in, we're going to have to take it. But I think everybody's slightly relieved. I think that's a bit premature, and I think when you got Switzerland in the group, who are, I think, one of the best teams in Europe at the minute, and Denmark, who've been our nemesis, knocked us out of the Euros and then beat us in the Nations League, it's not going to be easy.
And Switzerland, the team you last faced, Mick, and it's kind of ironic that you're going to see them again.
It is. I didn't lose too many competitive games at home at Lansdowne Road, and that was the last one. So that was a disappointing way to leave, but it gives me a chance of revenge, doesn't it?
Denmark, of course, familiarity sometimes breeds contempt, but with Denmark, a lot of respect.
Well, I guess it'd have to be for them to have contempt for us, wouldn't it? And if they have, then that'd be a mistake by them, but I doubt very much that'll be the case.
Georgia, always one of these teams, I think, going away from home, they're a tricky proposition.
Well, I know we've played them recently, and I was chatting to Kev Kilban with him, and he said what a good side they were, and I think that was probably one of the toughest ones out of pot 4. But then we missed Azerbaijan, which we end up with Gibraltar. Look, it's the group we've got. I could talk about them. It's no point. We've got to play them all, and I'm looking forward to it.
Been a whirlwind week or two, Mick. When you're seeing the names coming out of the draw, do you really feel excited about it, that you're going to spend the next few months preparing for this?
Yeah, I do. It feels like I'm doing the job now because we've got something tangible, not just, you're doing the job, but there's nothing going. At least I know what teams they are. I can watch the players, I can watch their past games, and just get down to planning, yeah.
Mickey spoke about missing out on Azerbaijan. Danish representative there spoke that he was happy with the travel. It doesn't seem to be quite too extreme in the group, and is that something that you see as a positive as well?
I think so, yes. I know George is a fair old trip, and I believe there's a 3-hour time difference, so that always makes it, well, unusual conditions to play, and not easy if you have to travel great distances. So the fact that we're not having to go to Azerbaijan, which is even further away, it does help, and I'm sure Denmark and Switzerland feel the same.
Does it make any difference to you with the fact that we put into a 5-team group as opposed to a 6-team group?
No, not really. No, it's we'll get a chance to have a couple of friendlies. When they'll be, we don't know the fixtures yet. They're going to be given to us, so I wasn't. It didn't bother me. Whichever one we got, I would have took.
And you just spoke last week about the importance of not losing the first game. The fixture list being drawn up today. Do you have any preference? Obviously, would you like to open maybe with a home match?
I've been giving that some thought, and just what do you want? Do you want a game that you can, any game that you think maybe that you can win? And everybody, if that's the case, I'm going to be looking at the last team in Gibraltar. But what happens if we go there and it's on the plastic pitch? Who knows? I'd like a full house there. I'd love it to be a big game. And at the moment, I think there's a bit of positivity come back to it. If we could get the crowd behind us, it'd be great. If we could win the first game, it'd be vitally important.
Sorry, but you've probably been asked this, I come to it later. What was it? Can you talk through the emotions that went through you when you thought you were going to be in Group C? Did you know that you were?
Well, everybody who was still in that pot were thinking they were going to be in that group because you'd heard the reaction to it. It's like the old cliche group of death, I think everybody thought. And then I laughed because I was fully expecting being in that group. Being sod's law, you think you'll get it. And then because it's in Dublin, I think somebody will be thinking there's some skullduggery going on somewhere. I don't know why. It was like somebody with the magic fingers on the laptop shifted us to, I guess, a collective sigh of relief. But it's a bit of a premature sigh of relief when you've got Switzerland and Denmark in the group.
Mick, apart from Switzerland, we've played every team in the last 2 campaigns. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, the fact that we're familiar with them already?
I mean, I haven't. I know the lads will have played against them. Maybe it will be a good thing. It's a different competition, you know. If you're playing in a league and you're in that league every year, you play the same teams. You go back and play them every year. So do you get familiar with them? I don't think. People have to change things, and maybe will they change things? There's a different manager here now, a different coach, with different ideas. So if anybody's taking us for granted or thinking that teachers with a bit of contempt, I've just been asked by Denmark, but I don't think for 1 minute anybody will.
And hopefully we'll qualify automatically, but in the event that we don't, there's likely to be a second chance via the European and the National League qualifiers. To take encouragement from.
I'm not really, honestly, I'm not really thinking about that. I go back 18 years ago when we had Holland and Portugal in the group, and we were written off right from the start. We had 2 games away. We had Holland away and Portugal away, and drew with them both. We drew with Portugal in Lansdowne, and we beat Holland to qualify. So that's my memories that I want to think about and doing it again.
And just finally from me, could I get a word on Michael Obafemi? Made his full Premier League debut yesterday. 18-year-olds must be very kind of encouraged by that.
Well, I said the other night when there was discussing it when he made his debut, came on, Martin put him on, and I said we might be looking down the line and loading Martin O'Neill for doing that, because there's not that many strikers around playing in the Premier League, and a young one that could come through. So he played well yesterday. Apparently, I didn't see the game. I was doing other things here. I'm delighted. Let's hope he stays in the team, and we've got a Premier League footballer that I can pick from in March.
And Mick, can I just ask, we've got George again for the 3rd year in a row, and you've got an immediate task ahead of you. How difficult, or is style of play a consideration for the first few fixtures, or is that, I mean, it's a priority?
Well, that's an interesting question, isn't it? When I'll get them together play on the Saturday, we'll get them together on the Sunday, and we play on Thursday. I'm hardly going to have a revolution of style of play, and so let's have a season to turn it around. That's not going to be the case. It's going to have to be, well drilled in 4 or 5 days, organised, make sure that we're ready to go. We know what we're doing, and be competitive. But 5 days preparation isn't going to change the world, believe me. Might change the results.
Do you know the players well, or do you have a lot of research to do in terms of the players available to you?
I know most of the players. I can't say I know them all personally. I've been away a long time. They're all at different clubs, but all the ones who've been playing, I know. Yes.
You obviously didn't see a game yesterday, but have you done have you had an opportunity to do much scouting since you I suppose you got the word that there was interest in you getting the job?
I went to watch Brentford, Sheffield United on the Tuesday, having got back Monday. I went to Millwall on Wednesday. TC went to watch Villa. He went to watch Birmingham, Preston yesterday. We had somebody at Reading. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we've looked at games. Of course we have. Yeah.
And the Championship pool of players, I guess, is that kind of where you're sort of looking at for maybe players to break into the squad?
Wherever they are. No, I'd love them all to be playing in the Premier League, because that would mean that they're all better footballers, I guess, and playing it in a better competition. Wherever they are, wherever I think they're good enough, I'll source them from anywhere.
And there's kind of a lot of grumbling about maybe we don't have enough Premier League players, but in terms of the Championship,
But what's the point in grumbling about it?
But
I can't argue about it, can I? If they're not playing the Premier, what's the point of me grumbling?
But the step up to international football from the Championship, is it easily manageable?
Well, I tell you back when we played in 2002, and the players were playing in the Premier League, but we had lads who were all at the bottom of the Premier League, real scrapping away, Kinse and Matty Holland, and I had Gary Breen, who hadn't even got a club. So I don't subscribe to that. You just, whatever it is, whatever I've got, I'll get them together and make the best of them and try and make sure we qualify. Grumbling is not one of the things I do.
Okay, thanks, Mick.